Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make today are cupcakes. But we're going to make yellow or golden cupcakes. They're very moist in texture. And what I felt made it kind of special is that I like large recipes, especially because you need them if it's for church socials or parties or graduation parties or for any reason. I love this pan, and when I saw it, I had to get it. It's for 24 cupcakes. So this recipe is for 24. Now you might be saying, well, gee, great, I don't want to make 24. Well, I have several other cupcakes in all different flavors of batters on my channel, so do check it out. But if you are looking for large batch of 24, this is the one. They're moist, they're fragile, they're absolutely delicious. So let's get started. What you're going to do is, I prefer to use my stand-up because it is a higher volume batter, but I'm sure you could use your hand mixer if you wanted to. But let's start off by putting in our butter. And we need 2/3 cups of butter. Now I cut it up into small pieces because I think it's easier to cream faster for the video. And it's quite soft because my kitchen is very warm today. But that's kind of good because it will cream very quickly. Now I want to warn you throughout the video that my mixer can be loud. So I'm going to give you a heads up before I turn it on in case you want to turn down that volume, okay? So here we go. We're going to put it on. Now, once you break up your butter and you start to cream it, you're going to need granulated sugar. So you're going to use 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. Warn you about the sound. Now, you're going to spend more time than that. You're going to spend maybe 2 or 3 minutes to really cream it and whatever. I tend to raise my speed to accomplish what I'm trying to do. But do spend your time to combine the 1 3/4 cup granulated sugar to your 2/3 cup of butter. Now we're going to put in 2 eggs. One broke for me, unfortunately. But I'm going to try to put one at a time till they're beaten in. Again, spend time in bringing these all together. It may take you another additional 2 minutes or 3 minutes, depending on the speed and depending on whether you're using a stand-up or a hand. Okay? The next thing we're going to be putting in is vanilla. Put 1 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 1/2. Okay, now what we want to do is start to work on our dry. And what you're going to need is 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. By the way, I no longer put the recipe below the video, and I'll explain in time. So hopefully I'm going through slowly enough and clearly enough that if you want to jot it down, you can. And saying that, again, just to put you up to speed or on the same page, 2 3/4 cups butter, 1 3/4 cups granulated sugar. I put 2 eggs and beat them in, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. And now again, bears repeating, we're going to start off with 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're also going to be putting in 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now, some people might write to me and say, are you sure? That sounds like a lot of baking powder. But I think that really helps these cupcakes really rise nice and that they're not dense or heavy. So that was 2½ teaspoons of baking powder. Next, you're going to put a ½ teaspoon of salt. And with my whisk, I'm just combining it real quick here. All right. The next thing is you're going to need 1¼ cup of milk because we're going to alternate the dry to the milk to the wet till it's all combined. I'm going to try not to overbeat the batter so it doesn't become dense. And the cupcakes are heavy, but just till it's well combined, okay? So let's going to put some of the dry in and then the milk. And again, I'll warn you about the sound of the mixer. I'm going to turn it up, and you're going to spend about, again, 2 or 3 minutes blending this. Normally don't use that high of a speed, but again, I want to explain that it's due to the video. So, you want to take your time, you want this batter to be smooth and silky, but you don't want to overbeat it. I'm just going to take off some of my excess here. And just make sure that everything got combined in the bottom. Give it a good fold and a good stir. And I'll show you what the batter looks like. I hope you can see that. It's quite silky, velvety, and smooth. Okay. All right. Now, easier for me to use a scoop. If not, use whatever you feel is easiest for you. And I fill mine about halfway, to be honest. Now, I'm not going to waste your time. Everybody knows how to put batter into a cupcake liner, okay? But you get the general idea, okay? So some people also use pitchers, fill a pitcher, you know, or measuring cup and pour it in if you don't have a scoop or that kind of thing. So what I'd like to do next is just let me rinse my hands quickly because I was working with raw eggs. And I want to show you how they bake up. Now these cupcakes, are baked at 350 degrees, and they can take you anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. So, you know, our oven's set up so differently. So I actually start checking mine around 13 minutes or so, 14 minutes, in case, you know, it goes long a little bit. But you don't want to over bake them. You don't want them to become real dry. And then also use, you know, your toothpick or your cake tester to see that it comes out clean. And then I always put my tray on my cooling rack till I can take the cupcakes out and frost them. Okay, but I want to show you one without the frosting. This is what they come out looking like. They will have a nice light color. They'll have a slight golden band around the cupcake. And let's take off the liner or the paper here. Whoops, took a little off the top of that. But for the main point is that I want to break it open and show you how moist and how delicate. When I press down on this cupcake, I don't even see how it just comes right back up. They are so delicate, yet they hold their shape. You know, I don't like cupcakes that literally can't hold their shape either, but this one does. But then it has that great texture and soft. It's very pillowy and soft and moist. That's why these cookies, I really am calling them the yellow batter moist cupcakes. They are absolutely delicious on their own or with a frosting, and I want to show you that. I went ahead and I just frosted a few of them. Remember, this recipe is a large one, 24. And then I just went ahead and I used a very quick chocolate fudge frosting, and I have it on my channel. In fact, I have many different type of frostings, some that you cook, some that involve more work in cooking, but easy ones like this one. I have so many to not bore you with. So if you're looking for a good frosting or any type of frosting, German chocolate frosting or chocolate or vanilla or the quick dip fondant, I have them on my channel, so please check them out. But anyway, this recipe is, I feel, a good one, and it's relatively so quick and easy to put together. Now, very quickly, sorry about me not putting the recipe below the video. I'm not alone on this, that's for sure. But I always ask you, if you try this recipe and you like it, well, let me know. Leave me a comment, and I will answer you in a timely fashion. And it became increasingly noticeably when I would be on other sites, I'd find my work. It's been pinned, it's been posted, it's been claimed by others. And I'm not alone on that. I understand that. But I think what frustrates me more is that you took the time to write to me or comment or have a question, and I can't answer you. But if you watch me solely on YouTube, because that's the only place I put my videos on, I will again do my very best to answer your question or your comment in a timely fashion. So, if you like this video and you want to ring the bell, or you're so inclined that you'd even like to subscribe, wow, I would think that would be fantastic, and I can't thank you enough. So, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.